Hello and welcome to another update video about Polkadot. Apologies in the video that I did earlier, which was very early in the morning here in the UK. I just refer to Solana all the time, but yeah, I think it was just too early in the morning, and I was just having my first cup of coffee. So anyway, figured out that that was obviously a mistake. Well, I just wanted to cover Polkadot again because Polkadot is still coiling up, in my opinion, here for a breakout to the upside. And as you know, I try to make you aware of cryptos that might be breaking out to the upside before it happens. I try to do that, provide additional value for you guys, because as I always say, there's limited value in, talking about a breakout that already happened. So it's great to have that heads up before it potentially happens. And yeah, we are just here, as you can see, we can identify a channel within which we are trading. So you have a lower support line, a resistance line up here. And in my opinion, that is a valid one because we now have 3 touch points. Yeah, we've got 3 touch points on that. And maybe even we need to adjust it a little bit. Maybe make that a little bit higher here. By the way, that is the 4-hour chart. But overall, that works out pretty well. Now, you have that channel identified, and that is very, very helpful because it can give us a view of where Polkadot might be heading. So based on this is an extremely bullish setup for me. First of all, and I did mention it in the earlier video, you have a large cup and a handle. But also here, if we just here in this area here, you have a cup and a handle as well. And I did mention it in the video earlier today that even though you have a sort of diagonal support and resistance line here and a diagonal neckline, that doesn't really matter. It still means the same thing. It's just turned a little bit. You have here accumulation, and here you've got the, well, basically, yeah, you've got the accumulation, then you have a little bit of a correction, make a higher low. Basically, that is all that a head and all that a cup and handle is. You have basically here a bit of a sell-off, then the accumulation, and then you have just making another higher high, not a higher high, a higher low. It just means that the sellers just can't push the price lower anymore. So even though they try to, basically you can't get any DOT tokens or DOT coins anymore at these lower prices. So they all sold out. So it is good. It's looking good because we're coiling up. And even if we should not manage to break out just now, I think as long as we stay in this channel, it's looking really good. That just indicates then that we are still in an uptrend. So even though it would still be bullish in my view, not very short term, that would be short term bearish, but it would still be a bullish setup if we were to go down to this support line again. And bear in mind, we were only there end of September, so only like 4 weeks ago. So if we go back to that support line here, that would be quite a bit of a drop. I'd actually love that because that would mean dot coins at a discount. But that would still be a support line. That would still be an ascending trend line. That would still be an uptrend, yeah. And we would still be above a 200-day moving average. So that could happen, as it has happened with so many other cryptos. When you overextend away from such a trend line, you can get occasionally a pullback, right? And these are good times to buy. And you can't generalize that, but if you are still in an uptrend and if you can get an understanding that you're still in a bull market and the alt season might be on its way, then these pullbacks are normally what you want to get into. Not necessarily up here, even though I think we are coiling up for a breakout. So if that breakout happens, we could see nice prices to the upside still. But ideally, obviously, you want to buy lower. Also, the pullbacks, you can oftentimes get a discount of 20%. But what we can see here, we're above the 20-day moving average, we're above the 50 and above the 200-day moving average. So all of that is looking good here. And if I go to the daily, we just have a brief look at the indicators. And here you can actually see on the daily, again, very nicely, that actually that main cup and handle. So that is really good. So if we get a breakout from here, these target levels, they can take us to really nice levels. And I'm going to get to price predictions in a minute. Again, here the MACD is still in the green range. Yeah, looks a bit overheated here on the daily. So we've got on the RSI, you have the nearly the overbought range. We have a little bit of a bearish divergence here actually. So that is possible to identify that. That doesn't necessarily need to mean that we drop down again, but it's always a first heads up. So there you go. We make higher highs on the price and lower highs on the RSI. Now again, that is only one indicator, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to drop now. It happened obviously back here where we also had a bearish divergence. Yeah, so then we made higher from there to here. Yeah, we made basically higher highs on the price but lower highs on the RSI for a few times. But you know, it might be a first heads up, but it doesn't mean that the price needs to come down now. It is no surprise if you are in an overheated range, you know, then you need to have the RSI dropping. Otherwise, you don't have any more steam to come to the upside. But yeah, it's the first heads up that some sort of correction might be coming. So just want to make you aware of that. Anyway, on the ADX, we have a buy signal, a long signal, and also the MACD is looking quite high. So it might be cooling down soon as well. So we've got two indicators here, the RSI and the MACD, that tell us we are overheated, but we're still in an uptrend. So what I could imagine would happen if we can't break through that level, and I hope we will, but if we can't break through that level, I think we could actually really come down a little bit more, and then we've got some various support levels here. So we've got the $41.5. Then we've got here the $38, which is basically the 20-day moving average at the moment. Now that's going up every day, but also the horizontal of $37. So that'll be a bit of a good support. Below that, we've got even the 50-day moving average. So I don't think we'll just drop to that support line here, which is currently at around $31. But there is always the risk. Now, if we consolidate here a little bit more and then break out, maybe have another retest, that will bring the RSI down as well. If we have a little bit of a consolidation and above that trend line. But overall, as long as we are in an ascending channel, that doesn't necessarily need to mean something bad, you know. Just because we have a divergence on the RSI, this is only one indicator. I think, you know, we are here overall in bullish territory. I mean, we haven't gone up massively, not like in a parabolic way. And as we are in a channel, and it's looking okay, you know, and we are coiling up here for a breakout. As I said, you know, the breakout is never guaranteed, but it's looking good at the moment because, you know, as I said, we're making higher lows here, and we are sort of having this breakout buildup where really the sellers can't push the price away anymore. So yeah, I think it's looking good for a potential breakout. It's looking really good for a potential breakout. And if the breakout is happening, then we want to identify possible target levels. So let me just put that Fibonacci here on the chart, and let me just draw that correctly so that I really hit the low down here. And then we want to also have the high. Make sure we get the high. And then we can, I think we already have the high pretty much. And then we can see that we are after the, if we really manage to get through this level here, $46. Yeah, that is the level where we would need to get above. Then we have a few levels here that we need to address. So the first one is the $56, which is the 1.272 extension level. So I think that is definitely achievable as the next level. That's where you can then expect some further resistance before you then continue your move to the $68, $69, which is the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. And after that, $82, and after that 105, which is probably rather than the $100 because it's a psychological one. So these are my target levels going forward here. If we manage to break out of that cup and handle pattern that I have just shown you, and overall, you know, it's looking good, ascending channel above all moving averages and cup and handle here. So overall, you know, even though we have a bearish divergence on the RSI, I think overall the overwhelming number of indicators and you know, drawings on the chart here show me actually that we are in an uptrend. It's looking quite good to continue our move to the upside. So let me know if you want me to cover Polkadot going forward. Hope it was helpful. And if you liked it, please smash the like button and also subscribe, and maybe even consider the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.